Hey, this is Dustin, and if you're watching this video, that means you have signed up to be part of our program, part of our family and community, so welcome. Now in the next few minutes, I'm going to be sharing with you exactly how to test and measure yourself. This is a required thing for FitFun boot camps or Mamatone because we really want to show you where you're at, allow us trainers to kind of see where you're at, and also where you're kind of give you a gauge of where you're at. And then 4, 5, 6 weeks from now, we're going to ask you to retest, and you're going to see the drastic improvement. So let me first go over measurements. Okay, so on a circumference level. Now I don't have a tape measure with me. I'm just going to use myself here to explain the different sites and where you measure. So the first thing when you do measurements is you've got to be consistent with what you're wearing. Okay, I don't really care what you wear. If you want to go completely nude, that's totally fine with me. That's going to be the most accurate way. But if you're wearing a sports bra, wear the same sports bra the second time through, same clothing. Okay. So first one we got is chest measurements. So you're going to want to measure underneath, and a lot of these you're going to want to have someone else do it for you and take these for you, and have the same person retake them again so there's consistency. But right underneath the chest, or kind of right on top of the chest, around the largest portion, you'll just have your arms down by your side, and it'll measure right there. The next one's the abdomen. We're going for the largest portion. So generally it's around the belly button-ish area, kind of around that love handle area, everyone's favorite. So the biggest part. The next one's the hips, and the hips is, again, the biggest part of the butt. So you just kind of go wherever the butt sticks out the most and measure all the way around there. And we got a couple more that are a little more tricky. The next one's the thigh. Now if you want to measure both thighs, that's fine, or just pick one side, maybe the right side, maybe the left side, and mark which one you're doing. So what you want to do for this is you want to get a measurement. There's two different ways to do this. You can go from here, your hip, kind of where your hip joint meets, to your knee, and then you measure with a tape measure to find the midline. Okay, so like say it's right here for me, I'd lift it up, and then I would measure around this and try to stay as parallel to the ground as you can. So that's one option. Another option would just be to kind of take your hands and measure right to the middle point, and then find it that way. So that's important to find consistency, because if you're an inch high or an inch low, it's going to be off on your measurements. And the last one is the arm. This is a very tough one to do by yourself. So you're going to take from basically the top of your, called the trochanter right here, it sticks out, to the crease of your elbow, and halfway between, you're going to find that mark, and then just measure right around, again, circumference of it. So those are the measurements. If you guys want to take more measurements than that, that's totally fine. Those are the ones we want to see. Now from a testing standpoint, this is going to take you between probably 8 and 12 minutes to do, depending on the length of the holds that you can do. And let's do it in this order, and let's be consistent with this order. So the first one is a push-up. So I'm going to show you form on the push-ups, and I'm going to show you the regular form first. Hands can be as wide as you want to be, but you need them over the shoulders, and you're going to come down 90 degrees, press it up, down, and up. You need to go so that your elbows and shoulders are at the same height. Now if you can't do that, you can go to your knees, down, and up. Notice my hips are pressed forward as I do this, okay? So whatever you start with the first time, always try to go on your toes first. If you can't get one on your toes, then go to your knees. And then remember and mark that down. I did maybe 5 toe push-ups, and then I went down to my knees and did another 12 or 15, something like that. So you're gonna go max number of push-ups. The next one is a speed squat. Now what I would recommend doing is doing this at home, finding a chair that's approximately as low as when you sit down, you have your thigh parallel to the ground. Okay, because the problem is if we don't have that place to sit down, we're going to start to do them, you're going to be going just halfway down. It's really easy to do. So I'll show it without a chair, but again I recommend some sort of bench and chair, 90 degrees, coming up. So down, up, down. You want to come all the way up each time, sticking that butt back, sitting back on that midfoot area. As many as you can do in 60 seconds, okay? So that's a speed one. Now we're going to work core, side plank. So we're going to go both sides. You want to measure your right and left because one side is probably stronger than the other. You're going to take both feet, stack them on top of each other, elbow right over the shoulder, hips up. And I want my hips to be in a straight line. I don't want to be down here. I want to be up here. And I'm going to hold this as long as I can. If I start to droop down, I got to pop it up, or else I got to stop my time. Okay? Then you go around to the other side. Now if you're going for time here, so as long as you can hold that, that's your time. If you can't do that even for 1 second, you're going to bend this bottom leg, keep the top leg up, elbow right over the shoulder. You're going to hold it on your knees. Again, write in the notes that you're on your knees so that you don't forget that. Okay? So then we're going to stand it up. balance is a very important thing, and stability. So what we're going to be doing is, I call it a single leg deadlift, but basically it's going to be on one leg first. We're going to test both legs out, because again, one is going to be better than the other probably. And we're taking, say, our right foot is on the ground, left hand in the air. I'm coming down, I'm touching my toe, coming up, touching down, coming up, touching down, coming up. Now if I fall like that, I just did 3 reps. That's my number on that side. Go to the other side. Maybe you've got really good balance and this is really easy for you, you're bored, you're going through it. Once you get to 15, you've got to close your eyes. Okay, so closing your eyes, let's see if I can get 1 here, and 1, and 2. So as you can see, it's a lot harder when the eyes are closed. The last one is all of our clients' favorite. It's called burpees. If you don't know what this is, you're in for a treat. I'm going to show you the way we're teaching it and how you need to do a rep to make it count. So you start with a jump as high as you can, coming down, and we want your chest to touch the ground so that your hands got to come to here or off the ground. So you got to be completely laid out, and then I jump forward, jump up. I'll do a few fast ones here. Okay, so what if you can't do a burpee? What if you can't get up and down? Let me show you a modified version of this. So you stand up, come down, step, step, knees, knees, down, arms wherever you want. Here, coming up, step, step, and up. I think pretty much everyone that's coming to our boot camps and Mama Tone program can at least do that version. If you can't do that, then you would just keep your hands up on an elevated surface. You wouldn't go completely down. So those are the exercises, those are the tests. You're going to be blown away over the next 5 to 6 weeks how much you're able to change and progress those numbers. So do those, bring them in, and then take a picture of them so that you have a copy of them on your phone as well. This is Dustin Maher, and on behalf of Fifth One Boot Camps and Mama Tone, I'm out of breath. We look forward to seeing you shortly. Take care.